Black Widow is the newest Marvel movie, and I thought it was really excellent. It wasn't perfect, but it was excellent, and I'm excited to tell you about it. So, this was the first movie in the Phase 4 of the MCU. It's been a while, but now we're back to making movies, and then they went through TV shows. And honestly, I like movies better, if I'm going to be honest. Even though I do enjoy some of the TV shows. But I like just the blockbuster movie feeling of it better than kind of just watching TV shows every week, especially every week, because I don't like how they're kind of waiting every week. I kind of like it dropped all at once, but that's just my opinion. And the movie was very good itself. I really did like it. It was a good movie to start off Phase 4. It was very personal. It was had stakes for themselves, but it wasn't really stakes for the whole entire universe, if you know what I mean. It's kind of like an older Marvel movie where nobody has plans to destroy the universe yet. But I don't know what's new Marvel movies and destroying the universe, but I do think it was very very good in the sense like it was small and it was a very family based story. It was like Natasha's family getting back together again, and I really did like it. It was very good. It was I think just like one of the stronger parts about this was the Red Room. It was I love the villain. I love the concept of the Taskmaster, and it was very confusing a lot of times, but it does come together very slowly, and that's what's cool about it. It just comes together slowly to you. I love movies that don't explain at the start, where it like drops in the information. Where initially I think, hey, I might be confused, and then eventually you slowly fall into it. I get the story more. I understand. I'm invested in the story, and I know Brandon Sanderson does that a lot, and some other authors do that a lot, and they did this kind of like confusing because usually a Marvel movie is not really confusing. This one is because we've had so little context on Black Widow's history, and it is good to have context. It's good to know where she came from, and it's not a prequel movie, but it kind of acts like a prequel movie, and telling us what came before, and it really did an amazing job on that. Because I wouldn't really love the prequel as much, mainly because it's not really creative, but like having this after Civil War, and like she's on the run from like the connection between Civil War and Endgame, which is 2 years. So this kind of adds a little background, and that was really nice. The bedroom was really strong in this. I just really love the concept of just training Black Widows and just how it all played out. Like it was cool. I felt like it felt shorter than another Marvel movie. Like kind of like the climax felt like, oh, this was their plan. I didn't even know they were doing a plan, and then like this was like, but like like it kind of felt like, oh, this is just happening now. Like they didn't know that they were gonna do this because, well, they did know, but like it was just kind of just happened. It felt very like sudden, and yeah, it's kind of. I'm not gonna tell you. I'll probably have a spoiler section after this, but I'm just gonna say that that scene was very cool, and the villain. I thought it was like different. Again, I liked him, and I've mentioned in my Thrawn trilogy stuff. Like I like it when villains aren't just fighting super powerful. We had a fighting villain, which is Taskmaster, like who did all the like fighting, and then we had this like man behind the scenes, which is really cool. I really liked just that element of it, and again, Red Guardian Alexei or Hopper, however you like to call him, is an amazing character. I think he's such a great actor. But one thing I have with him is like they try to make him funny, where the character clearly wasn't going in the funny direction. Like he was a funny Russian. I kind of liked it more serious, just a little bit more like down to earth. I think Disney said this is too far from our brand, bring him back. That's what I felt like, but I feel like it wasn't really going in the direction of being a funny Russian. But I do think other than that, it was a pretty serious movie, and the graphics were kind of more on the grounded side of Marvel, mainly because like having the grounded side just is like much better than like the space side. But I like both of them. I do like the space side better because I like the science fiction. I love Guardians of the Galaxy because it's a science fiction. But I liked the grounded side. I like having two sides of Marvel, and it's very very nice. And I can't wait to see what's next. And yeah, so basically that was my spoiler free, and now I'm going to go into spoilers. So this is spoilers now, and I think it was a very good movie. I think whenever how they defeat him basically is like basically a lot of explosions and like they're falling through the air, and I was in so many points I was like, this is like kind of just going on so quickly, and I don't think that's logical. But the plan was kind of confusing. Like whenever Black Widow was, or the mom was Black Widow secretly, but I did not know what was going on. But that was clearly you're not supposed to know what was going on. And then they kind of just all went down, and would they defeat the Red Guardian, and that was like kind of their achievement, and it was really good. I just kind of felt like flashy, like they were all falling, and then they defeated a guy, blew up a guy, kind of a lot of bang bang boom boom, but it was still very good. I really liked the climax, and I just think it made it for a lot of epic scenes, and just like all the Black Widows like training was cool, and Black Widows are now not just like I didn't know what a Black Widow like was. I knew what like the spider was, but I didn't know any context to what was her superhero name, but now I do, and it was very good on just showing you all of that, and I think like just like all the family connections after the end credits, not after the end, kind of happened was cool, and I think there's a lot of implications because all of them are still alive, and I'm super excited, except for Black Widow. But it was like really, really, really cool to see all of this, and I do think this movie was like a whole route just to get another Black Widow on the screen. Because they wanted someone playing Black Widow and they can't bring her back from the dead. But hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. I guess I wouldn't do that, but I think that's kind of lazy. Just like trying to get someone else to get her play a role. I'm kind of think you should just leave her, like leave the character after you die, like be commit to your death. That's what I say usually. So that's what I thought, but I don't know. Maybe they did it for another reason. Or maybe they're just not going to show up. I know what's her name is going to show up, the sister. And if yeah, the post credit scene was very interesting. I really liked the post credit scene. I was like very confused, but it does have a lot of kind of stuff like kind of sets up a lot of things. I think a lot for the Hawkeye TV show. Actually, all the Hawkeye TV show, like making sure that like kind of thing, like ensuring that she's gonna the hunt down the lady. I don't know her name. I'm terrible with names, guys, but she was in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. She's obviously trying to get people to do bad things. She was hanging out with the Captain America, the fake Captain America, and she was also now she's hanging out with Natasha's sister, and she's trying to get her to hunt down Clint Barton. And I know that's set up for the Hawkeye series, and I don't even know like what the setup is for. I think Falcon and Winter Soldier, like the sequel, is that gonna be season 2? I have no clue, but it's a lot of setup, and I really really liked just like I like the episodic nature of this. Just having like oh, we're teasing for the next movie, and now they know there's a next movie. Before they didn't, but now they kind of know there's a next movie coming. But it was very very good, and I didn't love it. It wasn't amazing. There was nothing wow factor about it. It was kind of just like a Russian's family movie, and kind of flowed like a Jason Bourne movie. Like she was getting hunted all the time, but other than that, like it was very good, and I really really liked it. And yeah, I think it was worth it, and I would recommend it. So yeah, so see you guys in the next video. That was my review for Black Widow. So see you guys.